The North Rift part of the country. As you know, we started from Turkana, West Pokot, Samburu. Then we came back to Uasin-Gishu, Nandi, Elgeyo Marakwet, Baringo, and now we are here in Trans Nzoia, leaving us with only about 6 other counties to complete the larger Rift Valley region. And we look forward to the engagement we will have with wananchi. As just to emphasize that Jukwaa la Usalama is a bottom-up a process of engaging on security and service delivery. We want to democratize the process of management of security sector to give voice to those whom we serve together at the grassroots level so that they can have an opportunity to input on our programs. As you might have seen, and I have seen also in social media and also mainstream media, many of those clips of chiefs, assistant chiefs, OCSs speaking in different parts of the country and having, raising certain policy, structural, infrastructure decisions that have affected our country for a very long time, yet nobody wants to confess publicly. And therefore, it is based on this report that we get from this Jukwaa la Usalama that we improve on our policy direction, and we have already done so in a number of policy areas. We have already corrected welfare issues related to officers, and as we progress, we listen to issues that affect different parts of the country. Here I have just had a security brief. Trans Nzoia is a place of great interest to us, a very beautiful part of our country, the food basket of our nation, and a border county with our neighbors in Uganda, and therefore we celebrate Trans Nzoia. We believe that it is a strategic county with very important for our strategic reserves, especially insofar as food security is concerned, and we have seen how the maize have grown, testimony to the fact that the government investment on farm input, especially the fertilizer, has made a great difference in this county. And I'm saying so because it's not just a question of Ministry of Agriculture, but it's a question of security of our country. Food security contributes immensely to the rest of the national security. Beside that, it was our national government administration officers, the chiefs and assistant chiefs, all the way to the county commissioner, who played a very key role in the registration of the farmers. And we continue to monitor the process of ensuring that all the farmers and the qualified and the deserving farmers get the farm input on time. And as you might have heard, we are working together with county government to make sure that the different stores across the county are open throughout the year, so that those who want to do farming across the year is not just within the period of the beginning of the year. On the part of security, the strategic nature of Trans Nzoia is also the very reason why we have security challenges. The challenge is as a result of the arable land and the benefit that comes to land. Land issues here contribute immensely to insecurity in Trans Nzoia. There are many cases of land grabbing. Here for both private and public land. And there is a lot of invasion on public land, especially around Kitale and its environment. And this is perpetuated by government officials, both in county and national level, that give out approvals, particularly allotment letters from county government officials who are giving out public land. And these people are very daring, because they're not going for just any land. They even go for land that is occupied by security officials. That is the prisons land, that is even this land, including police stations, including the county commissioner's place and the police stations, including also the county government headquarters, including the museum land that was handed over recently to county government, and then now private land that is being invaded left, right, and center. There are so many people whose land has been invaded by land grabbers using goons. And therefore, having had the extent of the problem in this county, I've asked the county security team to prepare a more detailed report that will be taken to the National Security Council, so that the National Security Council can give directions on a very serious decision that we have to make. That is multi-ministry and cross-government, so that we restore land to the rightful owners, including the government of Kenya and the county government of Trans Nzoia. That is a very pertinent issue, and as such, our officers here are strained, because sometimes you establish a public property, then you find tomorrow there are goons or there are invaders who have come, and there's a list of a lot of fake squatters in this, not fake squatters per se, but hired squatters. There's a lot of hired squatters and fake IDPs. Hired squatters is to facilitate invading of land. IDPs are particularly people are defrauding Kenyans by registering them and telling them we are an association that is dealing with IDPs. You need to pay 1,000 bob to be a member, and there is government plans to settle people, and then they end up defrauding people. And then these IDPs also, when security officials tell them that, okay, you are an IDP, you are displaced from your land, can we go for a baraza in your area with the chief so that we discuss why you cannot access your land? They refuse, because they know that they don't have any land. These are fake IDPs, and therefore all these reports are going to be prepared and sent to us. Then on the second issue is our proximity to our neighboring country, and the question of smuggling of goods, especially contrabands. The contrabands that are smuggled to this county, contribute to the next problem, which is this county is number one in the Republic of Kenya insofar as illicit alcohol and drugs being used. In fact, it's number one, followed by I think it was Kakamega, and then is it Busia? Yes, because another border. No, I think it's Kakamega, right? Was it Kakamega or Marikwa? Yes, it's Kakamega. Then you have Kisumu. It is only Nairobi which becomes number 4. Some of the counties we have always complained about are number 15, 16, 17, 20. There is a big problem in Trans Nzoia of alcohol and drug abuse. And part of it is because of our proximity to the border. A lot of smuggling of adulterated ethanol that is being consumed here. And it is very sad for me also to report that the business that is thriving here in terms of alcohol and drugs is because our government officials, our security officials, including police officers, are colluding with some of these dangerous traders who are selling contraband. And this business is thriving because the smugglers and the traders and the distributors of drugs are actually having full protection of police officers. And I have, including our Ngao officers, that is assistant chiefs and chiefs. This is destroying our children, and we cannot allow it. We have agreed as a security team that the Inspector General of Police will send a special team from national government, from the national level, from Nairobi, from the headquarters, to come and do a sting operation here until we get rid of all the networks that are perpetuating drugs and alcohol in Trans Nzoia County. We also know that some of the players are holding high offices, and some of them are big businessmen bribing police officers, bribing Ngao officers, and bribing magistrates. And we want to say that without fear of contradiction, that if this thing is going to be sorted, it must have concerted effort of all the arms of government. We must get the support from the legislature, and we must also get the support of the judiciary, because we need to sort this problem. We have admitted from our security sector that some of our officers are culpable, and we will be dealing with them immediately, and we are not transferring anybody. They will be receiving their dismissal letters as they go through their court processes to answer why they are facilitating smuggling of drugs and the distribution of drugs and alcohol, illicit alcohol. In fact, because I have been to Elgeyo Marakwet, Baringo, Uasin Gishu, and Nandi, part of the weakness why those counties are experiencing a high presence of these drugs and alcohol is because of the weaknesses that we have within our border. As you very well know also, our border in Swam here, there has been ongoing construction. It's now 98%. President Ruto and President Museveni are expected to come and commission it anytime. We had a challenge of expanded land for purpose of the parking area and also the housing around there. That has now been sorted between Ministry of Lands and the Ministry of Forestry, and that land has now been provided, and you will be seeing through affordable housing structures that will be built in Swam here to make sure that the border is functioning. Once we have a proper functioning one border post between us and Uganda, we will be able to regulate business, government revenue will go up, and then we will deal with contraband in this area. As a ministry that is facilitating and chairing the one border post structure, we want to confirm to the people of Kenya that now Swam, we are almost there. You know, contractors come back to site because the pending bills that the contractor still had has finally been paid. The last thing I'd like to say, not that this is the only problem, but the last one is that Trans Nzoia again has witnessed in the recent past a great rise of goons, politically generated and facilitated goons that are causing havoc in meetings, giving problems to law enforcement. Political leaders, each one of them are hiring some goons. It starts like bouncers and then moves slowly. They become criminals that are making public meetings impossible here, funerals, places of fights, and then, you know, they are incentivized by the money they paid. They also get drugs and they get alcohol. I have also asked the county security team to work with the elected leaders here to ensure that all the goons that have been hired and those that are about to be hired are all dismantled, everybody to go and do their own business, and they be given something else to do instead of engaging in this goonship. As you know, as a result of this, a number of people have lost their lives. You've witnessed the funerals where innocent people wanting to bury their loved ones. The funerals are quickly or hurriedly. The family is left hurriedly to bury their loved one without properly mourning, without even a service, because two politicians wanted to come and demonstrate their strength. Kwa hivyo ningependa kusema tuko hapa kwa jukwaa la usalama na tuko tayari kusikiliza viongozi wa mashinani, kina chifu na OCSs na wananchi wa Trans Nzoia, tujadiliane pamoja jinsi ambavyo tunaweza kuimarisha usalama wetu. Mimi ninafurahi kwamba nikiwa hapa niko nyumbani, mimi ni mwana Trans Nzoia, na kwa hivyo ninafurahi kwamba sisi wote tutaweza kujadiliana, kutoa maoni tofauti ya kuweza kusuluhisha mambo ambayo yanatukabili sisi kama Wakenya ambao tunaishi Trans Nzoia. Na ningependa kusisitiza ya kwamba hata tunapojitayarisha kwa uchaguzi ambao ni mwaka 2 ujao, ningependa kusihi kwamba wana Trans Nzoia wote waishi kwa amani, kwa sababu Trans Nzoia iko na Wakenya wa kabila mbalimbali, rangi mbalimbali, na watu wa kutoka dunia nzima na wa dini tofauti. Ninasisitiza ya kwamba kama idara ya usalama tutahakikisha kwamba kila moja anaweza kulindwa na mali yake na haki zake, na hatutakubali siasa yenye italeta vita kati ya wananchi wa tabaka mbalimbali. Kwa hivyo asanteni sana. Ningependa sasa kuchukua maswala 3, alafu yale mengine tutaweza kujibu. Excuse me, mheshimiwa. Just wait.
Two questions from me.
We'll take about 3 questions and then we will take from there.
2 questions.
Yes.
One, what's the state of security in our public health facilities across the country?
Okay.
Secondly, how long will it take for Sakaora families to bury their beloved ones that were killed?
Good questions, but I think not very good for Trans Nzoia. But the public facilities here, health facilities across the country must be secured, not just by our security forces, but by by the entire system, including the hospitals themselves, because they have internal security arrangement. And it's important that when we give them information regarding persons within the hospital, they take it seriously. Because I think that in some instances, had we taken seriously reports that came from the DCI, we could not have been having the situation that we had in KNH. So it's important for all of us to take security information seriously, and it's better to take precaution and be wrong than to try to be right and allow something wrong to happen in our hospitals or public facilities. And we will be working with the Ministry of Health to see if there is anything else we can do to enhance protection of our patients, especially in referral hospitals. The second issue is in Shakahola. Shakahola, in a number of cases, we have been unable to get citizens who are volunteering to come and take DNA test, so that it can facilitate release of some of the bodies that were found there. And we are also working hard to strengthen the government chemistry so that it can have enough reagents to complete some of the tests that are required. And as the government of Kenya is now contemplating, in the absence of people coming to take the test so that we can know their loved ones, it may be necessary, and I say this when I was in Kilifi, and I don't think this is just for repeat, we may need to have a memorial site where some of the bodies that will not be claimed will be buried, and it will be a reminder to all of us to work very hard to ensure that we don't have such religious extremism happening in our country. Yes. Uliza swali sio kutafatiana. Yeah.
Si goons ni gangs. Currently they are operating na bankas, and kufikia saa moja saa mbili hakuna kitu inaweza kaendelea within our areas ama communities. So ukitoka mahali hapa ni vizuri wa categorize kama gangs.
Okay.
But not goons.
Okay. Asante sana. Unajua kwake anaamini kwamba ikisemwa gangs serious.
Mwezi wa 5, mwezi wa 6, mahakama iliamuru kwamba main prison inakaliwa ni shamba ya mtu binafsi pamoja na watu 20. Je, serikali imeweka mikakati gani kwamba kuhakikisha kwamba prison haijachukuliwa? Alafu swali la pili, je, serikali imeweka kwamba ili swala
kwanza nataka nikubaliane na sijui kama ni mwanahabari ama mwananchi ameuliza pale kwamba ni kweli tukisema gangs inakuwa even more serious, na tunataka kusema kwamba those gangs yenye iko Trans Nzoia hapa, ni ukweli kwamba tuko na gangs that inatusumbua hapa, na kama vile nimesema tuko na mpango fulani pamoja na ofisi kuu ya Inspector General kuhakikisha kwamba maafisa wakuje hapa kusaidiana na maafisa wako hapa mashinani kuhakikisha we have dismantled those gangs. Na kama vile amesema, wengine wanatumia rungu, wengine panga, na imeumiza watu wengi. Na tumesema kwamba pengine kidogo lazima tuangalie pia wale maafisa wetu wa serikali hapa SWA ya idara ya polisi, kama wengine wamekuwa complacent, wamekuwa wamelegea kikazi, lazima pia tuchukue hatua tuhakikishe kwamba wananchi wanalindwa. Kwa mambo ya shamba ya prisons, ni kweli kwamba kotini iliamua kwamba turejeshe shamba ya prison kwa mtu binafsi na watu binafsi, na tumefanya tayari appeal ya hiyo kesi. Tumefanya appeal na tunaamini ya kwamba hatukusikizwa vizuri. Pia kulikuwa na shida kidogo ya uwakilishaji ya hiyo idara katika kotini, na tumeongea tayari na afisi ya Attorney General ndio atie maanani sana wale mawakili watakuja kuwakilisha prisons, ili kuhakikisha kesi hiyo tunapambana nayo vizuri, na nina imani kwamba tutarejesha shamba hiyo kwa serikali. Na pia umesema ni ukweli kwamba ni kama kwamba kwa muda mrefu tumesahau ama tumewacha mambo ya mashamba hapa, na unajua kwamba pia wale wanawasaidia katika ofisi kuu ya mashamba katika Nairobi, na hii jambo ni cross cutting, na vile ndio maana unasikia nimwambia county commissioner na security team waandike ripoti kuu yenye tunaweza kupeleka kwa National Security Council kupitia ile National Security Committee, ili tuchukue hatua yenye itakuwa na wakati na itakuwa na multi-agency approach, kwa sababu iwezi fanywa tu na maafisa wa serikali. Unajua the impact inakuja kwa wale wa polisi na security, lakini shida kubwa iko kwa upande wa mashamba. So lazima tufanye wote pamoja kuhakikisha ya kwamba tunasuluhisha shida hiyo. Nadhani na unajua hamjajiintroduce na media houses. Yeah. TV47. Na hiyo itakuwa ya mwisho. Bado kuna mwingine? And then the last one. I think the last one.
Pengine tungepata tu msimamo wa serikali kuhusiana na wanasiasa wachochezi. Sio tunapoelekea katika uchochezi. Kwa sababu tunaona already kama kampeni za mapema zimefanya. Swali ya pili ni kuhusiana na swala la mpox. Jana serikali ya kaunti ya Trans Nzoia ilitangaza kwamba kuna mmoja wa wagonjwa kupatikana katika bunge la Kitale. Na kufikia sasa tujajua mikakati ya usalama huko mpakani mwa Kenya na Uganda iko vipi kushirikiana na wizara ya
wacha niseme kwa ya mpox nitaachia wizara ya wizara ya afya ipambane nayo, lakini japo tu niseme nilipewa ripoti katika security committee kwamba tayari county commissioner ametuma ujumbe kwa machief, ACCs na polisi wetu wote kuhakikisha kwamba tunawahamasisha wa Kenya, na pia tunahakikisha kwamba wale wanaingia kwa njia inayofaa, lakini najua pia kwamba idara ya afya itatoa mwelekeo zaidi ya jinsi ambavyo pengine tuwaje kusalimiana sasa kwa muda mrefu, kwa muda fulani hadi kwamba tunapodhibiti shida hiyo. Na unajua sisi wa Kenya na wa Afrika huwezi sikia hujasalimia, hujakutana na mtu mpaka umshike mkono umsalimie. Pengine turudi penye tulikuwa kidogo kwa COVID. Tuanze kusalimiana, alafu tungoje, kwa sababu afya ni kitu ya maana. Na unajua kwamba any pandemic inakuwa security issue. Na kila mtu tunawe mikono yetu kila wakati, na si lazima usalimie mtu na mkono na mtakiane amani kwa hii ya kisasa ya kutakiana amani. Ile ya kwanza umesema mambo ya incitement. Tumesema kwamba hakuna mtu mkubwa, na nimesema hiyo kutoka Nairobi. Hakuna mtu mkubwa sana hawezi pelekwa kotini kwa mambo ya incitement. Na uliona nimesema kwamba watu wa Trans Nzoia na waomba waishi pamoja kwa amani. Pia nataka kusisitiza ya kwamba idara ya polisi wako na jukumu kuhakikisha kwamba mtu yoyote mwenye atajaribu kunena maneno yenye itagawa wa Kenya atachukuliwa hatua ya kisheria, na ninawaomba kotini wakati tutakaopeleka hao watu katika kotini, msipatie tukumbuke venye tumetoka, na msipatie bail terms ya chini. Lazima mtume ujumbe kwa Wakenya kwamba hata mahakama inapinga mambo ya uchochezi na ukabila. Ya mwisho,
Are there any ongoing cases or the arrests of those particular, especially the organizers? Is there any arrest that has been done so far?
As you know, it's in public knowledge. Having backing of over 30 people were arrested. They were taken to court, and the cases are ongoing. What we just need is to carry out very robust prosecutions, and the DCI office provide proper information. We believe that if every incident is going to be dealt with according to the law and people are charged and brought to account, we believe that we are able to ensure that we avert any possible recurrence of such incidences. That applies to also the question of gangs. That if we deal with the gangs and gang leaders ruthlessly and together and in as a government as a whole, which includes the judiciary, in the best interest of the country at heart, we are going to sort out this issue. I'm very confident with the fact we have now put in place, courtesy of the information we have, we should be able to dismantle these gangs and give people the space to campaign peacefully and elect for the leaders they want to elect. Asanteni sana. See you later.